Hello everyone. It's been a while since I've posted a video, but I feel really lucky today. Look at this, my better half has given me a 2-day pass to go and do some outdoors adventuring, I suppose. So look at this for a spot. I'm in the Surrey countryside and I've got this whole campsite to myself. But what's really good is it's a riverside campsite. So, and what's more, we're allowed to wild swim, so if I can muster up the courage, the water temperature is pretty cold at the moment, but I did bring my wetsuit, so I'll probably go for a dip a bit later. But look at this, so I've got a nice setup, fire pit, the old T25 camper van, and most importantly, of course, as ever, the Brompton. Now, part of the reason why I'm here doing this is to do another video, and there was one video that's been on my mind, and it's an update of the rack. So I'm going to do an update on, do you need a rack for your Brompton? So a few people have asked for that. Was it worth getting a rack for the Brompton? And what are my thoughts on it? So while I'm here in this amazing countryside, and I'm going to enjoy my time out here, I'm going to try and be efficient. So I'll do a follow-up video on whether it's worth having a bike rack on your Brompton.
And she's a princess. And how is she now? She is a piece of work. Who isn't at the age of 14? She's at the age of 14, but since she's the last one, she's always...
So it's voice-over time for this bike rack update for my Brompton. So the brand here was Ace. I hadn't heard of it previously before, and it was £93, so it wasn't cheap. So at the time, the first thing that struck me about this was the build quality. It's really sturdy, and I stand by that to this day. It's really built to last. And I like the vertical strut, which isn't on the cheaper one, so this really gives it strength. So the rack itself isn't going to fail anytime soon. The other thing I like about this rack is that it's incredibly light. It's only 300 grams, so you hardly feel it at all on your bike. But a big letdown for me were the attachment points for the easy wheels. They're sort of screw-on, so over time they tend to come loose. And the other big letdown was the wheels, the easy wheels that came through it with it. They're really poor quality. The rubber's too thin, and the screws don't attach properly. So if you get this rack, either look for the rack with better wheels or do an upgrade immediately. One thing I did like is that you could keep the Brompton mudguard on. It fitted over, there was a slot, so that's pretty good. Yeah, one of the other shortcomings of this is the screws that came to attach the rack are too short. It's a simple oversight, but you know, you would have thought if you're going to pay £93, they would have given you screws that are long enough. So you will need longer screws if you want to keep the mudguard on. They weren't long enough to go through the rack and through the mudguard supports and into the frame. Now, the reason that I bought the Brompton bike rack was to hold a rucksack, to keep it something to rest on. But for touring, really. But for those of you that just want to carry a bag, the Brompton bike mount is brilliant. I've done a review about this in my other videos. So if you've got a nice Brompton bag to fit on that, then you might not need the rack at all. Some of the bags can be pretty big, pannier size, so there might not be a need for the bike rack. But as I said, I wanted it to rest a rucksack on. And that really and simply was to go touring on my Brompton. I've done another series of videos about touring on the Brompton, so yeah, have a look at those if you're interested. So for £90 at that price, you would have thought, you know, that should have come with decent fittings. But I have noticed now, I took a quick look on Amazon, the price has come down and you can pick these up now for £64, which is about 78 US dollars. So overall, if you're looking for a bike rack that's significantly cheaper than the official Brompton one, then it might be worth a look, but also consider that the wheels and the fixings are poor quality, but the rack itself is good. So I hope that helped a little. So you can see I'm still beavering around setting up camp here, but for those of you who want to stick around, I'll be going for a wild swim later on, and also doing a really nice tour on the Brompton around the local area, so you might enjoy that. So if you want to hang around, I'll just carry on. Whoa. Wetsuit's shrinking every year. I don't understand it. I have to write to the manufacturers. Ugh. Suck it in. Just one thing, if you're going river swimming, don't leave anything dangling around. Your zip cords, too easy to get caught on things. So tuck it away, nice and safe. Well, the river that I was just at wasn't perfect for swimming. A bit too much sediment and I couldn't really see under the water, so just travelling a bit closer. I'm in Hampshire now, but there's a nice river there, swimming spot, so I'm going to go down, have a look, see if I can take a dip in there. What a lovely day. Again, just a couple of days away makes all the difference. It's the small things, isn't it? Well, this is a chalk stream in Hampshire, so the water's really clear. It's lovely. No one here. Just about deep enough to swim. Oh, thankful for wetsuits though. So nice here. I'll see if I can get a few shots under the water. Hampshire's not the most sparsely populated county, but it's easy still to find places where you can be on your own. You know, in places like this, still possible.
So over the last couple of days I've been very lucky. I've had a nice campsite in Surrey. That was great. Did a little bit of wild swimming on this 2-day pass. But now I am in Hampshire. So it's time now for the Brompton to shine. It's the great thing about having a Brompton. It's always there in the van. It's no trouble, ready to go. Don't have to worry about loading it up onto the bicycle rack. It's just there. So I'm going to unfold this and explore the local area. And probably a 5-mile trip, something like that, just to have a look at. There's meant to be a lot of nice villages around here. I actually grew up in this area in Hampshire, so there's some really nice spots to have a look at. So I'm going to get on the bike, on the Brompton, and just ride around a bit. Forgot my helmet. I have to wear a kid's helmet. Oh, tight. So at the moment I'm just cycling through a small village in Hampshire. So this is where some of the villages where I grew up. I was quite lucky really. I mean, this is the kind of place where most people still imagine Middle England to look like. So it's all very pretty. I think one of the great things about Brompton, it really isn't just a city bike, it's just so good for getting out. So here I'm just going to do about a 5-mile round trip just to explore the local area, and it's just so convenient. If you've got a normal sized bike, you're always worried about, can I get it in the van, can I be bothered to put the bike rack on? And with this Brompton, you just throw it in the back of your car, or your camper van in this case, and then you're off. And when you get to where you're going, you can just explore the area. So it's just so convenient. It takes out the excuse not to do it. And when it's countryside like this, it's completely worth it. And it goes without saying, I'm very grateful for bicycles over my lifetime, because they give me an excuse to get fit. No matter what your level of fitness, you can just go at your own pace and enjoy it. And the Bromptons, as long as you're not a speed demon, is perfect just for meandering around, taking in the sights, which you can't do in a car. What's great about some of these houses are hundreds of years old, like this one. And usually in every village around here, there's of course the village pub, which is also likely to be hundreds of years old. So I was very lucky to grow up around this area. And it's strange, I was thinking about this the other day. I've been living in London now for coming up to 30 years. And I still don't consider myself a Londoner. I still feel that I'm a country bumpkin. It never leaves you. Oh, I don't know whether that's coming up. Look at that trout. Well, anyone who loves fishing, this is the place for you. So these are all chalk streams around here in Hampshire. So what it means is that look at how clear the water is. Perfectly clear. But I think the fishing passes cost a lot. I think you're talking about, I think someone told me £1,000 per season. I don't know whether that's true, I'll have to back that up. But yeah, it's quite nice around here. See if I can get that trout. Look, it's down there. Oh, it's like a natural history program. Hello, Robin. Oh, that's a big trout. So I'm very grateful for my camper van. I'm very grateful for my Brompton to allow me to get out in the local area, and I'm grateful for summer. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's been a bit more of an unusual one, but yeah, if you do like these, please do press the subscribe button, and watch out for the next Bikeonomic video. See you later.